right, and joining us to review the headlines is Chukwudi Okoli Uwaja, the man, Alex, choose the boy, the man with the boy's charm, but sharp wizard review.
And the Mahatma Gandhi glasses.
And the Mahatma Gandhi glasses.
I'm trying to go philosophical this year.
Let's start this here.
Hello, Claire.
Yes.
Passive resistance.
I said boy's charm.
Thank you, Claire. You know these things, we thank God for small blessings. Hello, how are you, my dear? Happy New Year, ladies.
Same to you, Choto.
See you in 2025. Let's see what the papers have. We'll begin with the People's Daily this morning. The People's Daily leads with the statement from the DHQ. Bello Turji, other terrorists are walking corpses, and that's according to the Defense Headquarters. Away from that, I guess I should take the picture story, which says New Year celebrations across the world. We can see pictures from different parts of the world as they welcomed the year 2025. Right, away from the picture story now, just below the masthead. We arrested 2,425 criminals, recovered firearms, dangerous weapons, others in 2024. That's according to Kano Police. Man arrested for shooting friend during argument, stockpiling arms in Abuja. All of that on page 7 of the People's Daily. Looking at the bottom of the front page, just below the picture story, we have federal government targets 3 million barrels per day crude oil production by 2025. And then we have Uni Abuja unveils Professor Aisha Sani Maikudi as new Vice Chancellor. 2025, Nigeria survived 2024 only by God's grace. That's according to IPAC. Audit shows no major issue of data depletion on Nigeria's mobile networks, and that's according to NCC. Man allegedly impersonates Ambassador Fatima Goni, defrauds women groups. Alright, so those are the stories on the front page, or rather the headlines on the front page of the People's Daily this morning.
Okay, let's quickly take a look at the Daily Trust. And just below the nameplate, New Year, Tinubu, Abbas, Atiku, others deliver messages of hope. It's on page 5. And bandits abduct many passengers, burn vehicle in Zamfara. Professor Aisha Maikudi emerges Uni Abuja VC. 67 Senate members kick. That story is on page 55. But the lead story on the front page of the Daily Trust is credited to Bauchi State Governor, where he is urging President Tinubu to listen to Nigerians. That's in respect of the tax reforms. Tax reforms, listen to Nigerians, Bauchi government tells Tinubu. It's on page 4. FG retaliates, cautions Nigerians against trips to Australia. And of course, Gombe, Bauchi seek lifting of crude oil from Komani. CSOs slam FG for budgeting 146 billion naira for Lagos Metro line. Chicks, what do you? I mean, the papers are quite not as frustrating, not as sorry, at least some good news.
Yes.
The military is giving us feedback of what happened in 2024. We also read from there.
Exactly.
Although the abduction there in Zamfara.
What baffles you is after reeling out these figures, 10,937 bandits, terrorists killed in 2024. That's coming from the military. And you say, and they keep coming. But then, in the last 3 months or so, something really has happened. You just heard the military. Bello told you, and the likes of him are walking corpses. And they have reason to be believed. The platform of credibility is created by the fact that some measure of decapitation, that's when you take out the heads of a terrorist group or unit, whatever you're targeting as enemy territory. That's decapitation. So some measure of decapitation has happened. And if I were told you, Benno, I would by now be thinking about either giving myself up or taking my mischief elsewhere. Fatal mischief, come to think of it. So the military has every reason to say that the war against banditry is moving forward. What they need is more support from us, because at the end of the day, this terrorism, the banditry, the kidnapping, they are all an ailment that blows no one any good, even the relatives of the kidnappers and bandits themselves.
Well, in terms of support, I think the government is actually doing quite well in terms of financial support, because security sector had always been given priority in terms of federal budgeting. For several years now, security has always remained one of the three top priority areas in terms of budgeting. I think what is needed most now, like the former CDS will say, is winning the heart of the people.
Yes.
There's also the need to also embrace the other parts of the house. The rehabilitation, the reconstruction aspect of the non-kinetic area.
Right. It's a chain.
Yes, so it's a chain.
It's a mix.
Exactly.
You apply that which best solves the situation. Don't have a bellicose, war-like attitude to crisis all the time. Sometimes dialogue can actually defeat the power of the bullet. So let's not banish anything from discussion, from negotiation, and all that. I think we are palpably, you could almost touch it, winning gradually.
Yes, we are winning gradually. Like you said, we are almost touching it. I mean, you could feel it.
Yes.
All the pockets of these things happening over there. But honestly, I think we've gotten some respite. For some time now. And also, don't forget Chukwudi and Inri, that there's also need to build trust and confidence among the people. If you recall the arrest that was made of the woman, of the arms, the woman carrying arms, it was due to intelligence gathering. People provided information, and that's because they're beginning to build confidence. So we need to step on that, consolidate on that, so that more of such intelligence, driven response.
And that and that confidence also involves how much security those who are going to blow the whistle feel from your quarters. Very important. There are many Nigerians who want to speak up about criminality, but they are afraid, for their lives.
Yes, and hoping that the saying that if you say something, you see something, will be reversed.
Say something.
Yeah, so that.
Tax reforms. Listen to Nigerians. Bauchi governor tells Tinubu.
Well, first of all, okay, go on.
The details are on page 4. The governor is again saying that President Tinubu should listen to Nigerians who are opposed to some aspects of the tax reform bills.
Yes.
Of course, he has his own view, but the presidency has also, fired back. The special advisor to the president of media and public communication, Sunday Dare, yes, said that that was inflammatory and rhetoric, and that a direct threat towards the federal government.
I don't think I qualify to re-instruct the president's aides. That this practice of when they say something, you fire back something, it doesn't really mean much to me. Action speaks louder than words. The presidency should go on with those programs it earnestly believes that will favor Nigerians in the long run, and in the long run, and all this talk back, and I don't really think it's very necessary.
There are two things to true, and I would like your candid. First of all, he's saying the president should listen to Nigerians. Isn't the president listening to Nigerians?
If it's about the tax reforms, to be candid, is it every segment of Nigeria that is talking about the tax reforms? There are intricacies involved in this tax matter. And I want to tell you that a lot of the brouhaha stems from the fact that sentiment creeps into governance from time to time. I'm not saying that government should not listen when a veritable, a sizable part of the Nigerian population speaks up concerning something. But then somebody will tell you, why is it one segment of the country that is talking about tax reform?
It's not a segment.
I think
it's not a segment.
I think it's largely a northern matter. It is.
Yes, but the governor of Bauchi has his own personal views. It's not all the governors from the north that share his sentiments about the tax reform. And again, let's put listening to Nigerians into context. With, in relation to tax reforms, we've seen a lot of workshops, town hall meetings, trying to enlighten Nigerians on the technicalities. In fact, there are many technicalities that Nigerians don't really understand. In fact, I don't think I have read the tax reform. Have you seen it? Some of us have not even seen it.
If I read it, I will understand.
You will understand it.
Yes, because when it's about figures, I run away. But I think
not just about figures.
It's mostly print now, material to read up and all that. The pros and cons of it and all that.
My points about the tax reform bills and all the uncertainty in different quarters, about it is the fact that when government comes up with whatever it is, it should be as simplified as possible. I mean, if from the very beginning, when this reforms, it was clearly spelled out how it's going to be and all of that, such that the average Nigerian can pick this document, read it, and understand what it's saying in entirety. I'm not sure a lot of people will be confused and be kicking against it at this point. Do you understand? So sometimes the messaging, like you always say that, Chukwudi, the way the message is sent out in the first instance goes a long way in whether it is accepted or not. Because once there's already a confusion from the first time the message is out, it will take a longer time to get people cleared and to accept it.
I watched, just before we round up, Chukwudi, I watched and listened to a presentation on this graphic presentation, and I think I got an understanding of what was and what will be when the tax reform is eventually being implemented. And I think a lot of us will have to be patient, come and listen and read and ask for clarifications on certain policies, because you see, if you want change, it doesn't come easy. Change does not come easy.
It doesn't come easy, and the reason I said I was not trying to divide up Nigeria when I said that a segment of the country seems to be talking about this more. It's actually that derivation aspect of that caused all that. Now, some people will tell you that if more goods are consumed some goods are more consumed in some areas, tele-density is one of it and all that, that it's only natural that the people around that place would benefit. But then we have been used to let's share it all. So new habits are not going to find it easy to sink into us.
By the way, it's not just that aspect of the tax.
It's not just that aspect.
I mean, there are other aspects.
But that's a sore point.
I think we should leave. Efforts are still being made to enlighten Nigerians about
exactly. The enlightenment should be applauded.
Yes. So efforts are still being made. Chukwudi, we are signing you off with Enyimba. Enyimba has lost all matches. Well, drew some. 13 matches as the Nigerian Premier League ends. One of the giants. Anyway, Chukwudi,
you're signing me up. Giving me more domestic headache is not going to attract my attention.
When was the last time you watched a match played by Enyimba?
I don't think I've watched any Nigerian club in the past 1 year. Let's develop our football. I'm not going to throw sentimental patriotism to it. I won't.
This is 2025. That's what my producer says. Chukwudi, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We hope to see you tomorrow.